So I look a little crazy and I look like I've been crying, and I have been crying because today was really hard, and I just finished doing my part in loading up my bull calf, Dinero, to go to for sale today. For actually sale tomorrow, but he had to be dropped off today, and I had intentions of doing like a fun video with the chickens and the rooster I just got and all this fun stuff. And you know, every day is not easy when you own a property, and the hardest thing is getting rid of animals. And I knew that I was gonna have to do this one day, but when I got cash and he was placed, he just went right in the trailer. It was so smooth, it was so fast, it was like 30 seconds, it was like a piece of cake. He was going to Mr. Ernest's house, everything was fine, and today wasn't that day. And Dinero didn't want to go into the chute, he didn't want to go into the trailer. Cowboy lassoed him up, and we had him strapped to the back of the side-by-side, and we were kind of, you know, pulling him into the trailer, and he just dropped. He dropped on his knees, and he kind of choked himself out, and it was awful. It was horrible. I wasn't prepared for that. I've never experienced that before, and it was bad. And we got him back up on his legs, and I mean, he just muled up like a bull, and he didn't want to go. And I was just like, please, let me just change my mind. Let me just not take him, not let him go. You know, is there any way? And I know I can't have a bull on my property because I can't control a bull. And he's a baby, and even at his weight as a baby, only 10 months old, and he's kind of on the small side, like, that was a lot of work. And what I didn't expect was all the feelings and all the trauma to just rush through at once. I actually jumped off the side-by-side and I ran, and I just ran away. Like, fight or flight is real, and I didn't fight. Like, I flew. I left, and Cowboy had to call me back and remind me, like, you agreed to this is what we're doing. Like, I went and got the trailer, and the auction's tomorrow, and we don't have a choice. Like, I need the money, and I need him off of my feed bill, and I need him off the property. And the girls are both pregnant again with new calves, and hopefully they'll have females, because the females get to stay, but the males can't stay. So I've never recorded a video like this, and I don't like to do videos like this, but this is the real deal. And I thought, you know, it's not all fun and games and, you know, flowers and discoveries and magical moments. It's stuff where your hair ends up looking like this because you just, you know, wrestled an 800-pound animal that didn't want to leave. Anyway, I had to follow them to the auction house, which I didn't even know if I could drive, and then I stopped at a gas station, and I just, like, collected myself a little bit, because all of the adrenaline and everything from the whole event, it just was surging through me, and I didn't trust myself driving on the road. And then so they went ahead and finished off and went on, and I went to Sonic to get a banana split, but they don't have banana splits anymore. So I got a hot fudge sundae. They don't have nuts either, because I guess allergies, I don't know, lawsuits, who knows. So I'm not even hungry. I actually feel like I want to throw up. But I guess the former fat girl in me wanted to feed my feelings. So I just wanted to record this, because if I didn't do it in this moment, I probably wouldn't. And I wanted it to be real and candid for people to know, like, when you do something like this, I'm not used to that, and I'd never experienced that before. Everything has been really, really smooth for me, and really blessed for me. And I think God hasn't made it that way to get me this far. I hope I never have to experience that again. It was really very traumatic, I think, for him and for me. I did get to say goodbye to him once he's in the trailer, and there was food in there for him, and he was eating his food, and he was fine. But God, that was out of 10, like a 0 as far as like happy experiences for me. I am very sensitive when it comes to that. And all my animals that are rescues, like, they've come to my property to stay. So when the girls had both of the bull calves early last year, late last year, I knew that this day would come. But like I said, it was so much easier with Cash, and it was smooth. And maybe it's like pregnancies, you know, like you have one kid and it's just like pops out and everything's happy and good, and you go, oh, I can do this again. And then you expect the second one to be like that, and then you're in labor for 18 hours and you almost die. And that's what I feel like this experience was. And his mom came, like, Rosemary was there, like, checking on her baby, and like, she looked at me, and then he looked at me, and that was just awful. So I feel a lot of guilt and shame right now, but it's something I had to do. And Cowboy told me that I did good, but I don't feel like I did good. I don't feel good at all. It felt horrible. But I know tomorrow's a better day, and nobody got hurt, including Dinero. And tomorrow I'll wake up and I know God will restore me, and everything will be fine. But it had to happen. I had to sell him, and he had to go, because there's only so much property and land for so many animals to eat. And that's just the reality of the situation. Like, you have to make decisions, you have to make hard choices. And while I've had animals that have passed away and things like that have happened, it's just been like cats and raccoons, you know, raccoon and, you know, stuff like that. Kittens that people dropped and stuff, and a dog that people dropped. That it just, you know, those things are hard. This was the hardest because I had him for 10 months, you know, and he was part of the family, part of the herd. I fed him every day, and I loved on him every day, and he did not want to leave my property. And if I had 150 acres, maybe he wouldn't have had to leave. But on 11 acres, I only have so much room for so many animals. And it was what I had to do. So anyway, that's the story on Dinero, the bull calf. So we're down to the 2 cows again. And of course, we still have the 3 horses, the 2 donkeys, the mule. There's like 10 ducks on my property that just showed up. They're so cute. They've been there for like 2 weeks. First there was 5, and now they like invited some friends. And then the chickens are really happy, and then they got a rooster yesterday. So I will do a video on that later this week, because we're building a chicken run, and I've been decorating the penitentiary and everything and getting that all ready. So there'll be happy videos coming. But I did want to share this one because it is a reality of what you deal with. And not every day is good, and not every day is rainbows and sunflowers, and today was definitely not one of those days. So anyway, much love from Late Bloomer Farms. Sorry for the depressing video, and we'll see you tomorrow maybe.